Welcome to the Morning Talk with Lenora. Morning Talk. Morning Talk with Lenora.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Talk with Lenora. It's rainy here in South Carolina. I don't know what your weather is like there, but it's quite a rainy morning. And today, I often spoke about self-care and self-love because it's so important, to, I know it is for me to take care of myself with my chronic illness because, you have to pay so much close attention to where you are, what you take, and who you're around, that I thought I'd share some information about self-care. So today I'd like to share 12 steps to self-care. Number one, if it feels good, if it feels wrong, I'm already messing up. If it feels wrong, don't do it. I'm kind of a feeling person, so I go like, this don't feel right. So I think that's a good thing because you put up your own antennas and, you feel around and you test the waters or whatever, and you make sure it's right for you because it is about self-care. So if it feels wrong to you, then it's probably not right for you to do. Now, here comes number two. Number two, say exactly what you mean. That's kind of hard for some people. It's kind of hard for me too. Especially if saying what you mean has anything to do with the truth. Because, what I see is the truth and what other people see as the truth are two different things. So, saying what you mean may not go over well. But on a positive, you have to speak up for yourself too. Because, holding that stuff in, it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it good. So, number two is say exactly what you mean. Number three, don't be a people pleaser. That's still something that I'm working on. And, I never really thought that I was a people pleaser, I don't know. But I realized that I do things not to please people, but sometimes just to follow through with things that I promise people. I have a time where I remember I used to go out on the road vending, and I would sell the jewelry that I made, the wood jewelry that I made. And I would do vendor events. Well, on more than one time, once I planned the event, and people with chronic illness understand what I mean. I planned the event, it was fine, I said I was going to do it, I was fine then. But then, things changed, and like the day or a couple of days for the event, I started feeling bad. And these two people were friends of mine, and I promised them that I was going to participate in their event. Well, on both occasions, through the grace of God, my children were with me, and they knew I wasn't feeling well. And, they were very physical to help me set up and everything. My son went with me. We went out to the country. My son came out there with me, helped me set up and everything. It wasn't lucrative for me financially, but, I finished something I started for my friends on both occasions. The next day I was in the hospital. But, so I don't know if that's people pleasing or just trying to, own up to your commitment, but that's my description of it, I guess. Number four is trust your instincts. Wow. In lots of cases, that is virtually all that I have. In most cases, it's been right and has governed many of my health decisions. There is, for myasthenia patients, there's a list of black box drugs, and I think I've spoken about this before. And you go to a different doctor. Like, I just recently went to ENT, and, they are specialties. That's why I went to him. I wanted him to ENT me. So, but he doesn't necessarily know everything about myasthenia or the antibiotics that, will increase my symptoms. So I needed to, I trust my instincts in being able to speak to him and say, look, these are the things that I can't take. And he's very accommodating and very open to it. So, you trust your instincts in a situation. Or, I remember one time in an ER, doctor was about to prescribe something that wasn't on my list. And before that even happened, I gave them the list. Yeah, it didn't matter. He didn't want to give it to me, but I had to take it. So, now we're going to roll to number 5. And never speak bad about yourself. Now, I can't tell you I'm the queen of that. Sometimes, I've had body issues since I was young. I mean, right now I look thin, but I wasn't always thin. I guess I can say I do miss my boobs. I used to have really nice boobs. They're like okay now, but man, I had some good boobs. But I lost weight, and even though I had those, I was overweight by my standards, and I was really hard on myself until I finally learned that this is who I am, and I need to accept the body that I'm in. So I accepted, and one of the things that I did in accepting my body was that I decided that if I'm considering myself a fat girl, I'm going to be the best dressed fat girl there is. So, I used to make sure that I was pleased with my appearance, that I did the best to make me look good, make me feel good. So, that changed as life does, because I went from the fat girl to now I look in the mirror, I'm the skinny girl. And now having body and booty and stuff is in, and now I'm skinny. So, I'm still trying to speak nice about myself. So I like my new body. I'm getting used to it. I had to buy a new wardrobe. I know. I digress. Never give up on your dreams. Now, I fight this battle every day. Especially with chronic illness, because, chronic illness is like, go, stop, because, but you have to figure out your rhythm with it. I'm learning my rhythm where I know when time to rest. And that, my spirit is a go, go, go. I have all these ideas, like I told you all, I want to paint. And I got something in the works that I'm going to try to do. Because, I was telling my son about it. I don't tell everybody, because people don't share, not that I need them to share, but it'd be nice. They don't, you can speak to them about things that aren't like bills and TV shows. They don't want to hear it, they're not really with you. But, think of this, my son, and by the way, his birthday's tomorrow. I know I'm going to do a show, my son's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday early, Jarvis. I was telling them that my idea for creating these 3-dimensional paintings using some of my jewelry pieces. So I'm working on something like that. If anything, it'll make me happy because it's another way for me to share my creativity, for me to get it out of me. So, like I say, I'm trying to not give up on my dreams and not let my current circumstances deter that, and not forget to dream. And I still have the little girl dreams. White picket fence, 2.5 children. The big wedding. I know. That's the dream. I still got a Prince Charming dream. On the horse, I'll take him kind of convertible. That's just as much fun. Anyway, number 7, don't be afraid to say no. I'm learning to do that because my body is making a decision for me, because I can't do it. I'm like, I'll get it in my head, and I'm like, like I told you about the occasions that I said yes earlier, and I'm afraid to plan things because, later, and I don't know how I'm going to feel later. So, I just I feel like, okay, I'm not doing this. Because me pushing myself doesn't make it better. I pay for it a couple of days later, trust me. You don't hear from me, I'm like in the bed trying to regain my vitality back or so. So yeah, you gotta say no, and don't be afraid. And you don't feel like you're obligated to explain why. We said no, you said no. So just leave it like that. Okay. As long as it ain't clanking, right? Don't be afraid to say yes. Well, I'm kind of timid in certain things, because who likes rejection? It's rejection is painful, and I don't like pain, so I have to learn how to say yes, and to to put myself out there like that. That's something that I was never good at. I was never good at. So I'm listening to me. I have to learn how to say yes. So I'll put that on my to-do list, and I'll let you know how it goes. Because, I don't do that. And number 9, be kind to yourself. I try to do that every day. Because some days, people aren't kind to you. I don't know if it's a pet peeve or just something I just think is extremely rude. It's like, if you tell me you're going to call me back, especially business-wise, I got, there are some people, they'll hang me and say, I'll talk to you later. I know you ain't calling me back. So, I don't even pay any attention. So, but then business-wise, especially business, if you're going to call me like a doctor or a nurse, I'll call you tomorrow. Or anybody, I think that's just terrible to me. So, therefore, I had a day where I was expecting calls from several people, business-wise, medical people, whatever. Nobody called me. So, I decided that, I don't have time for this. So, I did things that I liked, and I was kind to me, I don't have time to wait for you to be kind to me, because then I put my life in your hands, and you're not going to do me right. So, be kind to yourself. 10, let go of what you can't control. That's one of those woosah moments. When I get there, I have exhausted all my efforts. Now, I'm what they call a doer. I'm a doer. And, by the time I get to, I know I talk about, this is me. Okay, like when I'm really worried, especially, when I'm really worried about, how I look to me. Because I don't dress for other people, I dress for me. So, there's a little thing that I do, and I read it, and I've read something about it, that, I like, okay, that's the best I can do. I also read that, you dress yourself in the last accessory, so you don't over-accessorize or overdress. The last thing you put on, you take it off. It should be right. So, I guess that's let go what you can control. But, I'm learning that. There's so many things I can't control. So, you just kind of figure out how to work within the budget, within the area, with what you got. I can't control my singing. I can't control that I have it. I can't control what it does to me. I can't control any of that. So I'm trying to make a life for myself. Stay away from drama and negativity. I don't know how much explaining you gotta do about that, because I'm just not, I've never been with it. I just never like drama and stuff. I would rather laugh. I'm kind of like, I like to be zen. Because when I get angry and upset, my whole body gets tight, and and then I hold on it for a while, and I just don't like that feeling. I would rather laugh and rather be calm, and I don't want to be around people who feed off of drama either. That's as me as a person. And then it came to the fact that in maintaining some kind of level within the myasthenia disease, that they don't recommend you stressing yourself out like that. So, I got to do it for my health too now. So, stay away from all that drama and that negativity. Number 12, and this gracious, you finally got there. Number 12 is love. That right there, just thinking that already, it's just like, let's just air out. I wrote recently on Facebook, waiting to exhale. It wasn't about the movie. And, people think that, then fine. Because when I wrote it, it wasn't about the movie. It was about, I am a loving person. I love my parents, my family, I love myself. I have friends that I love, but I know there's more love in me. And there's some love I haven't given to anyone. So I'm waiting to exhale to be able to give that kind of love to me. That's personal, right? I just went there. Anyway, these 12 self-care tips, try some of them. In all the things that are going along, it's often that people try to make you feel guilty for loving yourself and taking care of yourself. But if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of you. If I don't take care of me, I can't love you. I can't support you, because if I'm a wreck, I'm going to sow into you positive things. So therefore, if each person has the same idea where they made themselves healthy as a person with healthy feelings, then they can provide for people who are not healthy at that point in their life, and they can actually give them something positive, something to help them to the next level. So yes, we need to practice these self-care so we can be healthy individuals, to be there for our children, our friends, mentally, to be there where, they might just need a word of sensibility, a word that doesn't cost them anything, a word that's not coming from a person that wants something from them. Instead, they want to give them something. That's a big one for me. I do this because I love you. I didn't do this because I want something from you. I don't ever want to be placed in that category, because that, to me, that takes too much energy. That's too much manipulating and too much strategy. To build a whole thing just because you want something from somebody. Okay, there's a knock at my door. So that means this is the end of my segment. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you soon. This is Lenora saying have a great day.
So y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel and like it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to answer them.